It's been 6 days since the Printful Printify merger announcement over on TechCrunch, a bunch of other newspapers, TV news in Latvia, and of course to the print-on-demand sellers on both platforms. And I feel like a lot of people had a lot of different questions about this, a lot of concerns, which is why I spoke to both my contact at Printful and at Printify to just try and make order from all of this mess. I did speak a little bit about those conversations during the live of the Print on Demand Council over on Philip's channel. I will leave a link to that live down below because I feel like there were a lot of other topics discussed in that video and it was really cool. It was also my first live council, but I have been waiting for the official replies, the official statements from both parties, as well as from Fourthwall regarding the questions that you guys have asked. And I would like to say thank you to anyone who submitted questions on the YouTube video, as well as on our Facebook community. So I'm going to read you the Q&A that I did with both parties. And I divided it by 4 sections. The first one is questions that I asked both companies because they are completely identical questions. The second part is going to be questions that I just asked Printful. Third, Fourthwall, and then fourth, Printify. Okay, let's get started. This video is long and I'm wearing my pajamas. I feel like it's, I'm filming around the same time. The first time I did this video, it was like, hey, put on something and make a video, and this is how it's happening right now as well. But before I do that, actually, just in case you're watching this channel and you don't know, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is MERGER and I teach creative people how to sell their art online. And these are the answers that I got from my Printful and Printify contacts regarding the Printful Printify merger. This is so annoying to keep saying Printful Printify. Printful, Printify, Printful, Printify. But they're not like changing the name, so we're gonna get stuck with having to say this. Okay, we're starting with the first part, which is questions that I asked both companies. Okay, why the merger? And the official answer from Printful. We believe this merger allows people to get the best of both worlds, the state-of-the-art production of Printful and all of the marketplace potential of Printify. For those of you who don't know, Printify is more of a print-on-demand marketplace. They don't manufacture in-house, but you basically go there as a seller to shop for your suppliers. Customers will have access to more products, consistent quality, and coverage, as well as a deeper commitment to your profitability. And that's just the start. Expect to see a whole bunch of new exciting features coming your way soon. The same question, why the merger, answered by Printify. It's a genius opportunities to give our customers more products, more locations, more features. Some of it will deliver quickly, some will take time. This isn't a merger where one struggling company props up a failing one. And I think I mentioned that part when we were talking about this in the live council, that it wasn't a buyout, it's a merger. We're both growing, both profitable. We have different customers. Printful are more D2C, big enterprise. Printify is more solopreneur, side hustle. My point is we know how to build for all those customer types, and there's a learning that we'll get from each other that we can pass on to our customers. The fact that we do third-party printing and Printful do first-party printing, again, means we can teach each other a lot, get more efficient, bring better quality, and pass that to our merchants. Also, as we'll be bigger, we'll have more resources, a bigger standing with partners, and that means more for the merchants. We'll have more resources to do cooler stuff. I like that answer. Thank you, Printify. Moving on. People are worried about this being done in Q4. How will this affect their products and shops? Printful. There will be no impact on Q4. We know how important this period is to our customers' businesses, and offering the same reliable services through this time is a paramount importance to us. Guys, why would they change anything? If you think about it, if you don't make money, they don't make money. And for pretty much the same answer from Printify, people are worried about being affected in Q4. How will it affect? It won't at all. We might add some products, but we won't be making any changes that affect their existing sales at what is the most important time of the year for them and for us. Again, bottom line for both of us. Without you selling on these platforms, without you succeeding with your shops, these companies don't make money. And I feel like it's important for us to understand that. Next up, will the price of the subscription go up? Both parties said no, there is no plan to change the subscriptions for now. Will there be a single membership fee that covers both? Printful. There is nothing planned regarding this now. However, once we start working together, we will review our memberships, and if there is value for our customers, we could explore this. A similar answer by Printify. There isn't one planned, but one day, if it's something we think people would like and benefit from, we'll look into it. Next up, will the price of merch go up? And I feel like this came up in a conversation that I had with my contact over at Printify, where the price of everything went up. I mean, if you look at the prices in the last few years in the print on demand industry, things have gone up. I don't think they have gone up as much as food, but gas is going up, electricity is going up, oil is going up, whatever. Everything is going up. And if you look at other companies or other times where prices went up, it had nothing to do with the merger. It just had everything to do with the cost of living. Yet, asked, will the price of merch go up? Printful, no, there are no price changes planned for this year. Printify, not because of the merger. We're locked in for our prices for 2024. And again, that doesn't mean that prices are not going to go up. Prices can go up with both of these companies or with one of them, regardless, because if you're printing in house, then if printing costs more, then it will cost more. If Printify suppliers suddenly have more expenses, the products will cost more. That's the main thing about it. The merger isn't the things that's going to make prices go up. I actually think that the merger is going to prevent prices from going up, but yeah, that's just my take on this. Is this a monopoly? Now, the thing is that we have to understand that monopoly is, while it is a word that people like to throw out there, it's actually a legal definition. And when I spoke to my contact in Printify, he told me, no, we pass all the regulatory needs. We are not a monopoly. Both companies, no, there are a lot more options. There are a lot more providers. And I feel like if you think that Printful and Printify merging is a monopoly, it's because you don't know about, I'm trying to count the number of suppliers that I know, not marketplaces. I think we're over 30 or something, and there are a lot more that I don't know of. I mean, I think there's pretty much like 100 ones in China, and I didn't think that this is a monopoly, but a lot of people brought it up, so I asked, and it's not. They have passed the regulatory needs to prove that this is not a monopoly. Is the new name Printify or Print World? There are actually more suggestions, but I picked these two. Printful, no, but these are interesting. There will not be a name change as both brands will continue to operate. And Printify, no, the new name will really be for our employees. All of our existing brands and platforms are remaining. That includes Printify, Printful, Snow Commerce, Dropped, everything. I don't even know what Snow Commerce is, but I know what I'm doing tonight after this video. I'm Googling it. You know what? Let me Google this now. What is Snow Commerce? It says Snow Commerce Printful, a full-service partner that drives amazing e-commerce solution and customer experience. What is this? It looks really pretty. I live in a ski resort, so this is nice. We are Snow Commerce, a full-service partner that drives amazing e-commerce solution and customer experiences. Check out the latest below and stay in tune with the forecast of our snow report blog. What is this? Okay, I have a lot of work to do tonight. I've never heard of Snow Commerce in my life, but I will be investigating it. Thank you, Printify, for name dropping this. This is interesting. How will this work with two CEOs staying? Well, because the two brands are staying, so two CEOs are staying. However, maybe I should have asked who's the manager of the big brand, because, if Printful CEO is staying on as Printful CEO and Printify CEO is staying on as Printify CEO, but they will have a big new name that is kind of above everything, like one big happy company. I should have asked that question instead. Oh well, I'm happy they're both staying. I think they're both new. I think Printify's one is like a year and a half, and I think that Printful's one is like 2 years, and none of them are the founder. But fact check me on that. I'm not really sure. What happens to the integration API with Etsy, Shopify, etc.? Printful, no changes. As always, we will be working to make these better for our customers, but no changes due to the merger. And Printify, nothing in the short term. In the future, we'll work on making it better. Same language. Well, same company. What happens if you decide to merge the dashboards? Will all listings on individual shops stop working? I feel like this question came from anyone who went down a rabbit hole of yeah, but what if in 3 years they will merge everything and all of my listings are gone? So, answers. Printful, this is not something that we're planning to do. Printify, we're not planning to merge the dashboards. Great. Moving on to the second part of this video, which is questions only asked to Printful. What will happen with Fourthwall? That was, I think, was the most asked question for Printful, which I find it weird because, that's Fourthwall. And also, Fourthwall had a major thing about this on their Discord server. So I'll keep Fourthwall a little bit. Just the main answer from Printful was, we can't speak on behalf of other respected companies in our space. If you're looking for more details on their future plans, it would be best to reach out to them directly, which I did. So I'll read it when I get to the Fourthwall part. Coming back to the more Printful questions. Will Printful bring on suppliers from Printify without disclosing that it's not made in-house with Printful? And I feel like a lot of people who only care about the in-house production, who only care about the specific quality of Printful, a lot of people had this fear that all of a sudden there will be like new products appearing and they're not actually made by Printful. So that was also like one of my concerns. So they replied, no, clarity and transparency to our customers will remain as it always has. Will you be keeping quick stores, which Printify has pop-up shops and Printful has quick stores, which was like recently launched, right? Will you be keeping quick stores? Yes, we see this as a valuable tool for our customers. I would say I agree, but I haven't checked them because they're only available for Americans. And it's kind of a bummer. But yeah, I have Fourthwall, I'm good. Will Printful become a supplier of Printify, which is what I thought would be the most, I don't know, that like the almost immediate connection in my head when I heard about this merger. And the answer is, the best way to think about this is that both brands' customers will have access to both brands' products over time. We think this will be a real value added for all customers. Is that a yes? A no? A maybe? I think that a lot of these things are a maybe, and not just because we're being like pulled here or something, just because a lot of people still don't know. I mean, the merger hasn't been finalized yet, as far as I know. Will Printful maintain their existing quality? Absolutely. We remain committed to delivering the highest quality products and excellent customer service. Will you embrace the same ordering system that with Printify often causes problems shipping to Europe? Answer, there are no plans to change the ordering system. Good. Even though I would like to say at this point, I will probably be testing out to see how the Printify system is dealing with European orders right now. For those of you who have seen my previous videos on working with Printify, I didn't have a good experience in that, but I will be testing it out soon because I do want to see that things arrive here well, because I do think that they have a lot of good products. And if they have changed and worked on themselves in the last couple of years, like my contact said, I feel confident that I need to give them a second chance. What do you think would be the benefit of Printful in this? The advantage of scale allows us to better understand all of our customers and build better product services and relationships with them. I feel like I said it in the Print on Demand Live Council that one of the things that I think is that Printful is going to look into like the data from Printify and go like, ooh, this product is selling really well. Let's make it in-house on our end. I feel like that's kind of relating to that. Back to the answer of the benefit of Printful from this, we really see the benefits as something that starts with the customers and then into our businesses and team members. Great. Now, based on my assumption, this was kind of vague, so I actually asked directly. Will Printful look into the numbers of Printify, see what items perform best, and decide to make them in-house? We are always looking for ways to improve, and we will be looking for opportunities like that. That is something that, as someone who's working with Printful, makes me happy to hear. And I feel like no matter if you're Team Printful, Team Printify, Team Printfully, I feel like there are a lot of answers here that fits both sides, because I do know that a lot of people really like the quality of Printful, some people don't, and it's nice to know that they're both maintained pretty much the same. And I am looking forward to Printful maybe bringing, let's call it the more fringe items, not in terms of like fringe, but the less common items maybe from, lessons of what Printify is selling. Last question, that was only for Printful. Are you going to change the designer to make it more like Printify? No, we have no plans to do that. Thank you. Just as now, we will continue to make improvements, and our ambition is to have a designer that our customers love. Now, I'm going to move on to Fourthwall's answers and questions about Fourthwall, as well as the full questions that were just for Printify. But before I do that, I'm really thirsty. And while I'm drinking tea, Feel free to hit the like button on this video if you want to show your appreciation for the fact that I stopped my life and just basically spent like 2.5 days talking to these companies and getting these answers. I've had people like, oh, this is an investigatory thing. There is actually going to be, spoiler alert, a very big investigating deep dive into the whole print on demand concept and things that have changed in the past years that I feel like nobody has been paying attention to when they're like here and there, but when they all mount up together, then we have some interesting conclusions. So Detective May is going to be operating in 2025. 2024 May, just want to read you the rest of Fourthwall and Printify's answers, and then edit this video and upload it to YouTube. Great. Fourthwall. So the main questions that I got, and I feel like because Fourthwall is such a big thing with my viewers, it was also like the majority of these questions were sent via DMs with people that I also have on my Instagram. So I feel like it was a massive stereo. Will Fourthwall be closing? How will this affect Fourthwall? I can already see that the merger is affecting badly as the notepads disappeared. Also, not all Printful catalog is there anymore. And for that, I will say 3 things. 1, this is something that I'm telling you. Fourthwall is a shop builder. Now, unlike Shopify or WooCommerce, it's not a shop builder that you can integrate using an API with Printful, with a plugin or an app. Printful is already integrated in their system for several items. Now, they also have merch from other print-on-demand suppliers over on Fourthwall. The goal of Fourthwall, the reason why they were set up, is to be a quick solution and an easy solution, mostly for content creators, which is why it has a membership option that is kind of like Patreon, and you can also upload your digital downloads and sell things that you made yourself. There is no reason that Fourthwall will be closing, even if Printful and Printify will cease to exist. It's like saying, will Shopify close? So no, Fourthwall is not closing. Fourthwall, as far as I know, maybe there will be surprises in this year, are not owned by Printful or by Printify. As for people who are seeing that the merger is affecting badly, mostly because the notepads has disappeared, it's actually kind of my fault. But okay, story time. I saw the notepads on Printful and they don't ship to Europe. And then I saw on Fourthwall that they do ship to Europe, so I ordered the notepads to test them for myself. However, apparently they don't. So I got a refund and then the product was deactivated. And the reason for that is because 2 things. Fourthwall is mostly made for people who are just starting out with print on demand, content creators, and they're not really much into, I don't know, checking everything, what it ships to or where it doesn't ship to. And also, second thing, Fourthwall does the customer service for you. And in many, many cases, products that appear in the shop but are unavailable, for example, to Europe or to a certain country, they would get a lot of support tickets for that. So they made a decision a while ago to not integrate products that only ship to a specific area and don't generally ship worldwide. I'm not talking about ship from, I'm talking about ship to. And I feel like they might have integrated the notepads without really paying attention to that, which is why they have removed the notepads once they did pay attention to that when I made the order, roughly few days after the notepads appear. So no, it's not the merger's fault. It's actually an existing Fourthwall policy and my fault. And also, it's why they don't have the full Printful catalog. They never did have every single product that Printful has. So the first part was me answering the questions I already knew. The second is an official statement with Fourthwall, which is, for now, our production team is going to follow the same philosophy that we've had in the past, which is that we'll integrate all of the products we feel confident meet the quality standard required for the supporter experience. As Printful adds those products, we will too, as we are directly integrated with Printful right now. Realistically, it's going to take some time for these 2 companies to fully merge. Totally agree. But we intend to support as many products as possible. It's more of a question of when, not if. As such, we don't anticipate any negative changes for anyone's Fourthwall shops, which is what we wanted to hear. And the third thing that I have to update you about Fourthwall is that I have a conversation with Vince probably later this week, and we'll discuss this further, but I felt like the need to do this video now. I've been receiving, my DM is like exploding. So no, Fourthwall is not closing. And moving to the last part of questions answered by Printify and directed to Printify specifically. What will happen with Fourthwall? Will they integrate Printify items? I feel like there is a theme here with my viewers. We'd love to offer more products to more sellers in more places, but I can't make you any promises at this time. Of course, the merger is not yet finalized, but I do think that we're going to maybe start seeing some of Printify's providers there. I'm just not sure. Is the Amazon integration staying? I didn't even know that Printify integrated with Amazon. Yes, and growing, and we're going to make it more awesome. Will Printify make connections between Printful and introduce them to their suppliers, to the suppliers of Printify? We're going to spend a lot of times getting to know what drives each other's businesses so we can make our merchants more successful. I think that would be a maybe. Next, will you be keeping pop-up shops? Yes, and making them better. I feel like everybody on Printify team right now is happy to hear that. Will Printful become a supplier of Printify? We will make Printful products available to Printify merchants and vice versa. Exactly how? We don't know yet. Okay. Good news, I guess. I feel like as long as they're going to be transparent about this on both sides, this is good news. What do you think would be the benefit of Printify in all of this? We'll have more merchants selling more stuff. We'll have a much bigger platform and potential to deliver merchants value. Don't forget, merchants' businesses are our businesses. If our merchants succeed, we succeed. We're going to have more learnings, data, facilities, teammates, reputation. All of these will help us deliver more for our merchants. Awesome answer. Will Printful look into the numbers of Printify, see what items perform best, and then decide to make them in-house? The answer of Printify is, of course, and vice versa. I like that. Will you be adding more embroidery products? And I feel like that is one of the biggest takeaways that I've seen from a lot of people who are Team Printify. They always talk about the fact that, hey, we love Printify, but we need embroidery. And Printful does embroidery so well. I think I was literally even wearing Printful embroidery in the live council. So merchants love embroidery. So I'd say there's a high chance of that happening, but I cannot make promises. We're not one company yet. At this point, I would like to say something that did come up with my conversation with my Printify contact, which is they want to see what people want and then act upon it. So, for example, they have their Facebook group, which is POD Rockstars. Also, the Printful one is Printful Insiders. And they feel like, if a lot of people are going to ask for something, then they will look into that. So if you're selling on Printify and you want more embroidery, go to the group and ask. If you're not selling on Printify because they don't have embroidery enough, go and ask. I feel like that would be like the best thing. And I feel like that's generally the best thing out of life, to try and ask for the things that you want. And maybe they'll do it, maybe they won't, but asking wouldn't hurt. A few more questions for Printify. Why change the branding right before a merger? And I do have to say that I didn't even notice that the branding changed. Even if you look at the video I did about the merger, I still used the Printify, the green one with the click. I can't imagine Printify without this mark. I feel like it's how I've always known them, and I literally didn't even notice the new branding until it came up. So why change the branding right before the merger? We worked on our brand refresh for 18 months. The Printify brand is for our merchants, and it's a celebration of their work. The fact that we did the refresh so recently shows that we're serious about keeping both platforms around. And I do have to agree, if they were planning to mush the platforms together and make them disappear, they wouldn't have spent time on branding so much. Can you explain Printify choice in 1 or 2 sentences? This is something that I asked personally because this has come up from the video that I made with the merger, showing the differences between, for example, if there is a hoodie or a sweatshirt or something from multiple providers, and I have to design this on a specific provider that ships, for example, from Germany, but what happens if someone from the US buy? I should have chosen someone else. So apparently there is something called Printify Choice, and I contacted Printify to explain that. Printify Choice is the magical way to get the best provider for your orders every time. If you prefer not to use a provider, selecting Printify Choice means that we will auto-route your orders to the cheapest, best located provider in the Printify Choice program. To enter, they must have maintained a quality score of above 9. So it's not all providers there. And if you're new to Printify, just look for the Printify choice. I'm not sure I'll be able to make a video about this. I'm not really in the Printify system, but maybe I will be more soon. I'm looking into maybe making a video about the pop-up shops because I think that I can make a video about the pop-up shops since I couldn't do a video about quick stores because I'm not in the USA. Are you going to change the designer to make it more like Printful? Nope. Unless a lot of merchants tell us that they like some specific feature, in which case we will look into that. Last question that I had to my contact on Printify was regarding the numbers mentioned on the TechCrunch article that Printify is roughly estimating, like the rough estimation of the average is around 500,000 per month, but that was because going over with 60 billion fulfilled orders in the last 10 years. So he said so far in 2024, we've averaged around 1.4 million deliveries a month, and it's climbing. I have not received anything from Printful to say that their numbers were not wrong. The numbers for Printful were 1 million fulfilled per month. I wouldn't say that one of them is a bigger achievement than the other because Printful fulfilled 1 million orders and Printify basically facilitated 1.5 million deliveries a month. And I feel like both of these are like two different and separate challenges on their own. I would love to know your thoughts about this merger in the comments down below. Now that we have answers, was there anything that wasn't answered? Is there anything that you want me to ask Vince from Fourthwall when I have my conversation with him later on this week? And I feel like we need to cool off from this. It's one of the reasons why I decided to make this video so late, because I really want to get back to like my normal filming routine before this has like changed everything that I do. And I feel like this merger has taken all of like my end of the week last week, like half the week last week and the beginning of this week. I'm really happy that I managed to put out the 2 videos of WordPress, the intro to WordPress parts 1 and 2, which were dropped from Patreon, as well as the video of using Wrapper for Spoonflower. And I am also like reaching out to multiple companies that I work with, asking about Black Friday deals and stuff like that. So as much as I would have loved to just spend the evening and chill, I felt like it's more important to just make this video right now so we can all just do like, and if you hear me breathing wrong, it's because I had the disease that shall not be named on YouTube. And I feel like I'm getting the long form of it, but yeah, take a deep breath. Go back to focusing on your goals and the things that you want to do. And I'm going to go and do the same. And with that being said, that was it for me for today. Thank you to my contacts on Printful and Printify for jumping on a call and doing these things so fast and writing all of this information down to be as official as possible. And to Vincent from Fourthwall, if you're watching this, you're awesome. And of course, thank you to you guys for watching this video. I hope you learned something new or were at least entertained. And as usual, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!